Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you a guide on how to Necron tank effectively in Floor 7. So the other day I was just on my YouTube feed and I saw a guide on how to tank F7. I really did not need to watch this. I've got like 180 completions as tank, even though I'm majorly skill issued. And I watched it, it was fine, but it only covered gold ore tanking, which I think if you gold ore tank on F7, you're just objectively bad at the game. Well, some reasons you might want an Necron tank instead of gold ore tank is supposing you're at the crystals, okay? Not the crystals, the phase with the crystals. You're doing max ore, you've got him, you're at the laser, and your teammates get the crystals, none of them come over, and you're stuck trying to DPS it in a gold ore set, and that wastes the run's crystals. That's a bad thing. Or again, if your teammate are just not great with their DPS, if you've got a worse archer, your DPS can be really important for phases like Max or what else, even Necron. And I said Max or twice. I meant gold ore in the P5 gold ore. That is another place where your DPS is actually necessary. And another place is just really kind of nice for clearing Withermancers, which I really don't need the Necrons for, but the number is higher, so dopamine. So the gear that you're going to want to do this, it's probably just a bit more expensive than on a normal profile. Not for on a normal profile. I don't know what's going on in my head today. It's more expensive than for classic tanking with gold ore. I think a decent gold ore tank set is going to set you back around 150 mil. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think it would be going for in today's market. A full Necron tanking set is going to set you back, for the most optimal one, about 600 mil. So it's just a small difference. So the gear that I would advise for Necron tanking, or really any Wither armor at all, it's subjective, but Necron just gives the most stats and like good damage, so I don't know why I'd choose anything else. So I'm going to open up this chest, and this is all the gear. So I've ordered this in recommended, so yellow is recommended, completely not really necessary, but just nice to have, and then 100% necessary. So I'm going to go over each of these individual items. So the first one in here, of course, is a Phoenix pet with the Shelmet. The Shelmet is not important, and the rarity is not important because it comes with that price tag. You could, of course, just get an epic Phoenix, if I could spell, an epic Phoenix, which is only going to set you back around 7 mil. The only ability you need from this is Rekindled, and also it has decent damage stats. Rekindled is essential, completely essential for phase 1 if you've got a lower kata level. So the next item is a Bonzo's Mask. You're going to need this for phase 3 and possibly swapping in phase 1 because you're not going to have high HP. I get about 400,000. Most tanks I think get around 800,000. So you're going to have about the same as all your other teammates, but you're just objectively going to be dying if you don't have these. Next thing is your Reaper Mask. This is just nice overall helmet that you want for some phases. I don't really use it much, but I would advise having it anyway. Next, of course, is going to be your DPS weapon of choice. Mine's a Juju because I'm poor at this game. I'm just poor. Okay, so I've got a Juju. Next, Floor Zombie Sword. All wise, kind of nice. You don't want to lose all the mana. You just need pretty good healing item. It's not the best. If you have a Wither Impact or Wither Shield, use that, but I've got this. Then you want a Wither Cloak Sword and a Bonzo Staff. These are all the essentials. I'm going to leave the rest of the video time stamped, so you don't have to watch these. You can just skip to the next stamp if you don't want to see not really necessary and advised. So next is the Baby Yeti. If you're actually just too broke for the Phoenix, just get the Yeti. Okay. The Yeti is just, in my opinion, not as good for this as a Phoenix. It gives similar DPS stats, but the Phoenix just is better. You get the 4 seconds of immunity, you get extra life every 60 seconds. It's just on the whole really good. Next is your Soul Whip. I mean, I would have put this in 100% necessary, but it's not. It just really can save your run sometimes. Next is your Gloomlock a Grimwire. I'd say this is, again, something that I would want to put in necessary, but it's just not. It's really good, again, if you're lower kata level or you've got bad vitality, so that this doesn't really work all that well. You want to be using this when you've got this helmet on or this helmet on. Otherwise, just use this when you've got the Reaper mask on. Next is your Gauntlet of Contagion. Attributes don't really matter. Vitality, Dominance, those would be good, but I don't have them because I'm poor. So yeah, these just really help for exploding things nearby, because you're not going to actually have great damage stats even using Necrons. Next, you're going to want a Wand of Atonement or Restoration. I've got Restoration because, again, I'm poor. Then you want a Golden Head or a Necron Helmet, depending on which you can afford, because I know this tank setup is actually really pricey for what it is. I've just got my standard, like, Berserker, Archer, whatever class I want to play, Golden Head. And then a Jerry Sheen Gun, which you use for one phase in Gold War. So it's not really that necessary, but it's here anyway because I like it. Then in the really not necessary, but just helps a bit, you've got Molten Equipment. Of course, you could have Shadow Assassin or whatever equipment you want. But I've got Molten Equipment because, again, I'm poor. And Axe of the Shredded, this actually just makes phase 2 crushing a bit easier. And it's actually decent for DPS. And if you want to clear blood, this is more efficient than your Juju because you've got terrible damage stats. So the AOTS is just better overall for that. Then a Mana Flux or Overflux or Radiant, whichever you feel like, or whichever you can afford. So I'm going to go into a run and show you what all things are like. Okay, I forgot to mention my Necron set, which is this. It's a decent Necron set. It's not maxed. I've not 5-starred this. I've not hot potato booked it. I've not fuminged it. You can swap this out for basically any wither set that provides DPS, max or gold, or not gold, or max or storms. Even Shadow Assassin. I did used to do this with a Shadow Assassin chestplate before I dropped my wither chestplate. But yeah, so there's 2 reforges, Ancient or Giant. There's also Perfect, but we don't talk about Perfect. That's useless for all intents and purposes. So it's okay, it's G6, P6. Okay, I'll admit my chestplate's kind of lacking if you compare it to the rest of my set. But yeah, it's not completely overwhelming. You can, of course, put Last Stand on it if you'd like. And one last thing, I want to address my magical power. I have why am I here? I should just be here. I have 648 magical power. I've got it on Itchy with attack speed tunings. For maximum DPS, you can use something like Sweet if you want extra health. But again, we're going for maximum DPS. We don't like actual tanks. They're bad at the game. Here we are in our run. Time for some epic clearing montage. Ooh, juicy tank damage. Juicy tank damage. Drink up our pot. There we go. Now, see, it's very respectable damage for what it is. 13 million. Which, as tank, is really not that bad. So, you see, we're having no trouble at all clearing this room. Alright, so I'm going to do an EHP check now that we've just about done clear. So, we have... Oh, I maybe underestimated when I said 400k. We have 750k, but this will go down when we take the golden head off. Because golden head actually does give a really good EHP if you have a look at that. Giving more EHP than my Necron's chestplate. Okay, so now someone has just come in to trap. So I guess I'm no longer doing this. This is where I'm going to prefer my hotbar for boss. We're going to move that out. Put that in. Put that in. Put that in and actually swap. I don't know why I put that in. I've been obsessed with using this thing. I don't know why. That should not be there. We need this. And then the helmet we're going to swap to for the start of the boss is this. So what you're going to want to do, come up, aggro him with Soul Whip. Soul Whip is really good for this. If he aggro's on the other guys, run is screwed. So then we're going to just blast through these guys. Very good. See, we're not really taking all that much damage. Everything is dandy. We just solo DPS'd him. Now we're going to want to do that. That. Then Soul Whip for lifesteal. And also, Soul Whip has a bit of DPS, you know? Lethality stacking. I don't know if that works with Soul Whip, but you know, crazy. So we're really not struggling with this, and as you can hopefully see, I'm still a Necron, so I've not done a switcheroo. I'm not wearing gold ores, and the run is really actually going quite well for us. I don't know what they're doing with crystals, but see, easy. So in this phase, you're going to want to swap to a Bonzo's mask in case monkeys crush you. See again, this is really the phase where you're going to start having to worry about dying. So you can see we're not struggling with DPS at all. We can one-tap everything. You can even clear the pads and the Shadow Assassins if you so want. Or he has just gone into there. So this is where the AOTS is going to be useful. You're going to throw it at him. It's going to come up to you so long as the monkey does not take anything. So he's aggroed onto you. Going to get him with your Soul Whip. And the monkeys do stuff. We love monkeys. Just keep hitting him with your Soul Whip. AOTS does work better, but Soul Whip's just less sweaty. I really don't like this party. This party seems really bad. But benefits of joining a Kata 30 party. On your Kata 36, everyone's going to seem bad. I mean, I'm sure if Kata 50's played with me, they think I'm terrible. That is besides the point. Right, aggro on him. Finally. I love monkeys. Now we're gonna swap that out, and this should be fine. I also swap out the Grimwire for that. I don't know why, I like giving that my hotbar. So I'm going to presume that you already know how to play the terminal phase. Otherwise, go watch a guide on how to actually play floor 7. Remembering to blow up the gate. Buttons, I'll admit, is usually supposed to be my job in that phase, but I'm not doing it. My ping, I've got 300 ping, and it usually just ends up slowing the run down if I do buttons, which is a very sad thing. And Mage skips Dev. What a shock! Crazy. Can we get a round of applause for our Mage? Who is our Mage? Man like her 77. Great name, bad player. Honestly, I thought they got Dev. This should not be my job. Right. This is not my job, and I do not keep leaps on me. So, yeah, that is where the Phoenix Pet is really going to come in handy. It's for when monkeys like that skip things that they are supposed to do. Watch one of these monkeys come and steal my terms. I dare you. Right, so now that we have done all we can do here, is someone... The Archer's not doing device. Or are they? No, they are. They have. Never mind. So, this is when you're going to want to switch back to your golden head. Oh, and our Juju is broken. I mean, your DPS is not really important here. Oh, I love my broken Juju. This is fun. Your DPS is not really important in that phase. It's this phase that it kind of gets necessary. I don't want to generally Wither Cloak there because I like using AOTS for this phase, for lethality, and for there's other enchants that are just good because everyone else is going to be using a bow, or like that guy, a Shadow Fury. Big up that guy. Yes, don't get too close, says the one who skipped a term. A device even. And slash P leave. We don't like monkeys at all. So I'll do a quick comparison between my EHP in this set and my EHP in my other set. So with golden head on, well, we'll do it with the golden head. We are going to have 871,000 effective EHP and 14,000 normal EHP. Then we'll try out this set with this. Yes. No. I love hypixel. We're going to have 1.3 million, so about a 600k increase, which is really not that bad. Then if we try this set with, where is it? It's here. We're going to have 1.2 million, so it's basically the same AHP as Goldor, but Phoenix is just better. How much we get to handle? No handle for me. No handle for a tiger. Do I have Kismet? That's the question. I'm broke, but I think I gotta re-roll that, man. You know, video luck, YouTuber luck. Juicy, I feel rich now. I deserve with Wither Shield. That doesn't look like Wither Shield to me. Well, thank you for watching, guys. If you did happen to like this video, please consider subscribing. I'm very close to halfway to being able to, in theory, monetize my channel. That would be really cool. My parents might think I'm not a disappointment and a failure anymore. Subscribe, please. Help me. They keep me in their basement.